There's a woman who both fascinates and frightens the modern world. She's the woman who lives alone. When society looks at her, it sees an absence, it whispers about loneliness, about what she must be missing. But what if everyone's looking in the wrong direction? The psychologist Carl Jung decoded this very woman, and what he revealed is that her solitude isn't a rejection of the world, but a profound journey into it. She isn't missing a man, she's busy integrating her own. Section 1. The Societal Problem. Think about it, for centuries, a woman's identity was almost inseparable from her role as a partner or a mother. This old story is so deeply wired into our collective thinking that a woman who chooses to live alone is often seen as a glitch in the system. She's viewed as incomplete, lonely, or maybe even intimidatingly unfeminine. Society projects its own anxieties onto her, mistaking her solitude for failure. But this judgment says far more about society's fears than it does about her. The question that echoes in the collective mind is, why is she alone? But Carl Jung would tell us that's the wrong question entirely. The real question is, what is she becoming? Section 2. The Jungian Revelation, Integrating the Animus. In Jung's world, this woman isn't just living by herself, she's on a quest for individuation, the process of becoming whole. Her solitude isn't an empty space to be afraid of, it's the very workshop she needs for her own transformation. At the heart of this journey is integrating her animus. The animus is the unconscious masculine side within a woman, holding qualities like logic, assertiveness, and inner authority. For so long, women were taught to find these things externally, in a partner, a father, or a boss, leaving their own animus untapped. Solitude changes the game. It forces her to find out that the strength, guidance, and protection she once looked for in someone else can actually be found within. She stops projecting this inner masculine energy outward and starts consciously owning it herself. This is a radical shift from dependence to sovereignty. She becomes the architect of her own life, someone who connects with the world not from a place of need, but from a place of fullness. Section 3. The Journey Inward, Confronting the Shadow. Now, this inner work isn't exactly a walk in the park. It demands a confrontation with the shadow. In Jungian terms, the shadow is the dark side of our personality. It's all the stuff we've been taught to find unacceptable and have pushed down into the basement of our psyche. It holds the parts of herself she was told to deny, her righteous anger, her ambition, her fierce independence. In the quiet of her own space, these parts start knocking, and they can no longer be ignored. Shadow work is the brave process of turning to face these aspects, not to get rid of them, but to integrate them. By embracing her shadow, she reclaims her power. She learns her anger can be a source for setting clear boundaries, and her ambition can be the fuel for her life's purpose. This integration is what leads to real authenticity. She's no longer wearing a social mask to please the world. She is, simply and powerfully, herself. Section 4. The Transformation, the New Sovereign Archetype. The woman who comes out on the other side of this process is fundamentally different. She isn't a woman who has rejected men, but a woman who has finally and fully chosen herself. She embodies a new archetype, the sovereign woman. Her sense of self-worth isn't tied to her relationship status, it comes from the deep well of her own being. In fact, recent studies are shattering old stereotypes, suggesting that single women often report greater life satisfaction and happiness than single men. They are more likely to build strong friendships and pursue their own interests, creating a life that's rich with self-generated meaning. Her solitude isn't a sign of being unwanted, it's a declaration of self-respect. She learns the art of discernment, knowing when to say a sacred yes and when to deliver a sacred no. She's no longer looking for a partner to complete her, because she's already done the inner work to become whole on her own. And paradoxically, that's what makes her more capable of true partnership, a connection formed not by two halves searching for completion, but by two whole individuals choosing to share their journey. The truth is, the woman who lives alone is on a profound pilgrimage. Her solitude is the fire in which she forges her own soul. She isn't waiting around to be chosen, she has already chosen herself. Her journey redefines what it means to be whole and proves that the most important partnership you'll ever have is the sacred union within. If this journey sounds familiar, share your own story of solitude and self-discovery in the comments. Your voice might just be the inspiration someone else needs to hear.